You're on a driving holiday in the Himalayas. This means that more often than not, you will come to a point where you will have to cross streams. In this edition of Tame the Terrain, we tell you how to do exactly that. How to cross a river or a stream in this, the Hexa. Well, the first thing you need is some common sense because you don't know what the river is like, how deep it is, what the flow is like, what's at the bottom. So you need to find out all this before getting in with your car. Yeah. So what I would do is get a pair of gumboots on, find a stick, walk in slowly, keep poking ahead of you to see where it drops off, see how deep it is. Yeah. Keep going through it, see what the bottom is. Is it mucky? Is it rocky? How are you going to, what's your best line to get through? That's the first thing. The second thing you need is to see where your air filter is, and I'm going to show you that now. The gear you need for water crossings is actually quite simple. One is gumboots, so you can walk across and gauge the depth of the water. Two is a tire pressure gauge and a compressor, just in case you need to lower the pressures a bit and give those tires a bit more traction underwater. Third is this, D-shackles, because if you get stuck, you need someone to tow you out. And fourth is a properly rated tow strap. That's it. So, a quick recap. Before you enter the water, use common sense and walk the river. Don't attempt to cross if water level is higher than your air filter, and always carry the right equipment. We've got a stream to cross, and now that we've talked about the common sense bit, I'm going to tell you how I prep the car for it, which is turn the drive selector to rough road, which means power sent to all four wheels all the time. I need that because underwater I can't see where there might be a hole, something. Two-wheel drive might get stuck, and that's the end of the story. It might be too late to switch to 4x4 and get out. Yeah. Second thing, I'm going to put the wipers on auto mode because if water splashes onto the windscreen, I'm not blinded. I can still see where I'm going. The wipers will just clear it for me. And the third thing is I'm going to take my seatbelt off. Why? Because when you're driving through a stream, it's the only time that it's acceptable to drive without a seatbelt. What happens is if the water force is too much, it pushes your car deeper into the water, maybe pushes your car and rolls it over. You want to get out quickly. Yeah? And the seatbelt will prevent you from doing that. So I've taken it off. That's about it. Shall we go? I'm going to start in the first gear, get off the clutch and maintain a steady speed through the water. Yeah, it needs to be smooth and steady. All those videos you've seen of cars splashing through water, it looks heroic, but it generally tends to break stuff or take water into the engine. You don't want that. So, let's go. Okay. Off the clutch and steady speed, steady throttle, and let the car just smoothly climb over everything because you don't want it to pitch and bounce and maybe hit a rock and puncture the sump. Very good. This is doing it really well. So far so good. We've near the deep bit, so I'm going to ease the car in, and remember, try and build a bow wave in front of the car. Not too much, shouldn't climb over the bonnet because then your air intake is going to suck in water. Steady speed we go, and smooth and easy. That's the key to this. You don't get anywhere by trying to splash through it and looking like a hero. Nice. So, a quick recap. To prep the vehicle,
select rough road mode, turn the wipers onto auto mode, take your seatbelt off, maintain a steady speed, build the bow wave in front of the car, and keep your driving input smooth.
Now if you get stuck, say you stall the car in water, now a lot of people think that it's the worst thing to do. Water can get into the exhaust pipe and get sucked into the engine. Not anymore, I don't think it happens much. The risk is not as high as getting water into your intake. The thing is that there's too many baffles, lots of cat cons in the exhaust pipe to let water in all the way back into the engine. My thing would be, don't panic. Yeah, first thing to do is try and get out. You have to get wet. Go find someone else on the other side, get your tow rope out, hook up the cars, pull you out. If you think water has gone into your engine, the engine's stalled completely, don't try and start it, because if you do, you're going to break your engine. Yeah, the safest thing to do then is to just get towed out and save yourself. Yeah.
So, a quick recap. If you get stuck, don't panic. Find someone to help you out, and don't try to start the engine if water has entered it.